Good morning, everybody. I am Holly Celiano, and today is Saturday, June 28th. I did not get my Friday podcast done yesterday. So, all those that look forward to it, and I have many messages. I'm sorry, my mom was really sick and I was at the hospital all day with her. So, I appreciate everybody praying for her. It means a lot to me. So, let's move on with where we're at. So much has happened since last Friday when I did my podcast. And the world is changing before our eyes at a really fast pace now. I'm sure you can see it because I certainly can. Let me jump into the news that I have. Let me screen share and then um, go to where I have it. Okay. So I want to start with this one. It says, let's recap what just happened. Trump removed Hamas authority from the equation. Trump obliterated the Houthis terrorists in Yemen to bow down. Trump leveled Iran's nuclear sites, Fordo, Natan, Esfand, I probably said them wrong. Poof, gone. Trump made the CCP blink and bow with devastating tariffs. Trump neutralized the No King psyop like it never mattered. Trump exposed the Thomas Massie as a fraud and an opportunist CCP clown. Trump humiliated the fake MAGA influencers who sold you lies about him starting World War III. Trump secured the U.S. southern border under full military authority. Trump exposed Iranian influence ops on X and torched their networks. Trump exposed the Israeli war operators on X running controlled narratives. Trump shined a spotlight on the LARPing Azov wannabe Nazis trying to manipulate the American fight. Trump is being called king of the world in the Middle East by foreign media. Trump is nominated for a Nobel Peace Prize for neutralizing global threats without endless war. And Trump is absolutely annihilating the anti America, anti Trump PSYOP crowd on X, one post at a time. And all this in just a few weeks. I voted for this, I prayed for this, and I'm ready for what comes next. Because a few generals are about to unleash the hell on the traitors within. This is what winning looks like. Team America, let's roll, Semper Fi, Alpha. And there is a great picture. You know, we can see this unfolding, and you can see the different narratives spinning out there as there are groups out there that absolutely do not want this to happen, and they want to paint Trump as anything bad. They don't want to see what he is doing. They want to keep us in division. They want to keep us in war. And they want to divide all sides. And he's exposing everybody and everything. So I have a great video that I want to post or play. Um, so this is exciting and informative video. Our restored republic is revealed. The arrests are made, medbed roll out, and best July 4th we'll ever had, God willing. Do you recognize the voice on here as JFK Jr.? Let's roll. So I'm going to play this. Let me back this up.
The storm is no longer coming. It's here. As the world watched the headlines spin tales of distraction, something much larger was unfolding behind the curtain. A covert military-grade operation decades in the making is now underway. And if you've been paying attention, the signs are no longer subtle. Let's go back to 2 June 2025. That's when insiders confirmed the quantum financial system, the long-rumored replacement to the corrupt, debt-based fiat model, was quietly activated across all sovereign nodes. The SWIFT network, the IMF, the Bisol relics of globalist control were cut from liquidity lines. A silent coup in the financial world had begun. Just 11 days later, on 13 June, the first 48-hour global currency reset blackout swept through select markets. What looked like routine system maintenance to the untrained eye was, in fact, a massive recalibration into an asset-backed monetary framework. Fiat was being phased out and gold-backed sovereignty was being restored to a nation at a time. But this was never just about money. Between 15 and 25 June, high-level arrests were underway across Canada, Italy, and Australia. Names you haven't seen yet, but were quietly extracted and brought into tribunal custody. This wasn't theoretical anymore. It was happening. Then came 18 June 2025, when insiders report the 10 Days of Darkness protocol began internally, not for the public yet, but within the military satellite grid. Starlink, now integrated with the Quantum Communication Network, began test transmissions of the Emergency Broadcast System, EBS. Secure preloads were beamed to all major global relay points. The countdown had begun. By midnight on 22 June, select areas entered blackout conditions. Flights were canceled, travel bans implemented. Even the skies began to whisper the truth. The White House looks very green tonight. Clock activated. Red, castle. Green, castle. Stage 5. 5U. Roger Ball has been called. For those who understand Q signals, this was not metaphorical, it was literal. 23 June, the dam burst. The first wave of arrests and military tribunal extractions escalated. Sources cite over 300 zero sealed indictments unsealed. Protected whistleblowers were moved to secure zones. The deep roots of global corruption were finally being severed. And now the world holds its breath as we reach 25 June 2025, the day wealth distribution begins under full GESARA protocol. Redemption centers across the U.S. are already processing appointments, focusing on Tier 4B participants, the patriots who held the line. This is about community restoration, not greed. Funds are being released to empower local economies and launch humanitarian initiatives. But it gets bigger. 27 June, med bed rollout begins. The priority, children, veterans, and the critically ill. This is what real healthcare looks like. Not profit-driven medicine, but quantum restorative healing, long suppressed by the pharmaceutical industry. By 28 June, 70 nations will have fully activated their redemption center networks. Biometric onboarding ensures transparency and access for verified citizens only. It's no longer about elite control, it's about sovereignty for all. From 29 June to 4 July, we expect a global banking blackout as announced over the EBS. This is a temporary shutdown to recalibrate systems to the new currency rate indexes and integrate QFS globally. Don't panic, prepare. 30 June. Final control of the satellite protocols is expected to transfer the U.S. Space Force. Strategic medbed healing centers open their doors. And the long-awaited training of quantum medical specialists begins. A new health paradigm is no longer optional, it's operational. And now the crescendo, 1-3 July. Gold certificates begin activating across North America. The old dollar, done. The new standard, real asset-backed sovereignty. 2 July, Starlink will begin streaming live medbed demonstrations curing disease, reversing aging, restoring lives. This isn't science fiction, it's suppressed truth finally brought to light. 3 July. Final synchronization of the emergency broadcast system. Military command confirms the signal is ready. 4 July 2025 Global Activation Day. On the 250th anniversary of American independence, Donald J. Trump will host a celebration unlike any other. This isn't just fireworks and flag sits, the relaunch of the American Republic under constitutional law. The QFS goes public. GESARA begins. Suppressed healing tech is released. And the world changes forever. But we're not done yet. From 5 July through 14 July, mass biometric synchronization of QFS accounts will take place. The U.S. Treasury's rainbow notes become the primary medium of global trade. Fiat currencies enter their final decline. 5 July, the International Med Bed program goes live. Healing begins for everyone, not just the wealthy or well-connected. Every citizen will have the right to be restored. 20 July, expanded access begins for military personnel, children, and the chronically ill. What was once hidden will now become humanity's right. Conclusion, this is not the end. It's the beginning. The globalist system is collapsing. Sovereignty is rising, and the truth is no longer underground, it's taking center stage. You were never crazy. You were early.
Wow. That's all I can say there. Let me stop share and bring this back up. So he said a lot of dates. Don't hang your hat on those dates because this is an event driven thing that we're waiting on. Dates come and dates go, and people put dates out all the time. There are certain events in the world that need to happen that trigger other things to get us closer to the end game of what we're looking for. But everything that was spoken about in that video is the game plan of what we are working towards. It is the steps that are taking place. Just don't pay attention to the dates because some of those dates have come, um, and things haven't happened yet. But I know a lot of people out there are reporting that things have taken place. We still need the release to happen. It has not happened. So I cannot stress enough all the people that get you pumped up that, Reno's active and this is happening and that's happening. It is not released yet. The trigger for the release has not happened yet. And just know we are inching ever so closer to the end date. Now, another thing I want to mention that people are hearing from a lot of other reports there's no redemption centers, there's no 800 numbers, you just go to the bank. Well, I want to stress whether it's called a redemption center or an exchange center, they are one and of the same coin. Some people call them redemption, some people call them exchange. It's the same thing. The banking will not be able to handle the amount of this, and not all banks are set up for this. So there are people that are in groups that have signed up for groups for years or even recently. If you are in those groups, you will be going to an exchange center. I'm going to call them exchange centers because you're exchanging your one currency that you hold for another, which would be in the US, the new US notes. You're going to go to an exchange center and it's linked to a bank. It might not be a bank setting per se, the retail bank that you know of, because once these doors open, the average person only knows the retail side of banking. You're stepping in to the private side of banking or the trust side of banking. And that's a whole nother level. And the average retail banks can't handle this. So let's just, poo-poo all these rumors that you're not going to a retail center or an exchange center. I mean, to a redemption center or an exchange center. You will be because the retail banks don't handle this for what we're going to be bringing in. And 800 numbers, yes, there are 800 numbers. Now, how this is all going to play out, we don't know because they're not going to reveal the details of this until it's the right time. We can see we're getting closer. And I would caution everybody to please just stop listening to all the hype out there that is pumped almost daily. When this happens, we'll know, and nothing is gonna, all the hype that Reno's active it doesn't matter until the release is put in. It does not matter. So we need the release codes put in. We still are waiting for the adjudicated. That's number one. So let's just use some logic that I've been attempting through the years to paint the picture of the steps that need to happen. We have all the adjudicated funds, which are fines and penalties, CMKX, American Indians, farm claims, prosperities. Those all go first. They have not even gone yet. So Anybody saying Tier 4B is going to happen now, until these other things happen, Tier 4B is not active yet. The release is not active for Tiers 1 through 4A. We're still waiting on the release to be entered. So just sit tight. Let's see what's happening in the world because it's all about world peace. We have to have world peace first and foremost because every country participates in this. It's not just a select few countries get to be part of this. It's everybody has to be part of this. So let's focus on that. I've been telling you we are witnessing things in real time. The tariffs, that is part of this. It's leveling the playing field. We have the new cryptocurrencies that are coming out with the blockchain that's linking up the new financial system. And then we have gold that needs to be revalued because the US especially has it at I think a $42.22 rate per ounce when the rest of the world's 3,000 plus. So that needs to happen. These are all triggers and signals witnessing what's happening. So, with that, thank you everybody for your love and support and prayers. And we just keep following the signs in real time. We can see it happening and we are getting much closer. And we're coming to the end of June and we'll see what happens next week. That's July 4th. I mean, big things are supposed to happen. Regardless of, the exact date, we can see it's happening. So, with that, have a wonderful weekend, everybody. Just know we are getting closer to the end of this. So, have a great day. Bye.